Hi everybody, how are you? My name is Juliana, back to the channel, and today we're going to be talking about how nothing is by chance, everything is planned by the spiritual plane. And of course I have my little two babies, so you guys can like this video, because come on, look at this. Oh, so cute. Oh my god. So please thumbs up, comment below. Let me know what you want to hear next. If you like the video, if you have questions about it, I'll come back and answer for you guys. And bye for the babies. So as we talked in the last video, we were talking about God. I don't know if you watched. If you didn't, go ahead and watch. It was the previous video. And as we talked about, nothing can be just created by nothing. So that's how we know cause and effect, right? Every effect has a cause, and by that we find out that God does exist. And of course it's not random, it's not an accident, and that's what we're going to be talking about. If it's not an accident, it is created for a purpose. So for example, when we find random people in the streets, or when you meet people in your job, in the school, or in the university, anywhere you go, it's literally not by chance. So the spirits have our backs, and they talk to each other. So we all have a spirit that are always with us since we're born, and they are talking to the other spirits with these other people. And we usually meet those people because of different reasons. One of the reasons could be, for example, you need to be connected to this person because, let's say, one time in the previous life you have something that you did bad to the person, and now you have to pay for it. So the spirits go ahead and make the possibility, and just like God is good and just, he gave you the chance to undo this thing by putting you two again together. And that can become a relationship, like a loving relationship, a friend relationship. And that explains a lot when we meet someone and we like straight away, we either don't like this person at all, we say that, okay, it didn't go with my vibe, or the opposite, oh my god, I love this person and I don't even know him too well. And that it's exactly this feeling that we are supposed to feel, either to go through something, or either because you guys have a connection, being bad or good. This can even happen to the places you go. So for example, me, I lived 7 years in the United States for one reason. Well, I was in university and all, but for some reason, my friends always play with me because I always said, I'll never come back to live in Brazil. And guess what I am? Beautiful Brazil that I love so much. And I never said that I wasn't coming back because I don't love Brazil. No, it was because that was like inside of me, that was saying I wasn't coming back. And of course that doesn't matter. It's not by chance. It was not an accident that I end up here. I have my reasons, and things happen because they were supposed to happen. And today I'm here because I have things that I still have to do here and not there. And I was there maybe for, I don't know, learn English or do my college and meet people that I met that I could never meet here. So for many reasons, things happen this way, and it's, again, not random. Okay, nothing is random in this life. If it was, it would be completely unfaithful to say that, right? Because our life has a purpose. In every single step we take, there is a purpose. We're going to a purpose, and we have a bunch of good spirits helping us to guide us to where we should be, and what are the things we have to go through, and the experience we have to go through, either good or bad, or to bring things, to learn things to our souls that we didn't learn it yet, or that we learned but we didn't complete it yet, or things that we have to go through with other people to make amends. For example, if it's like a karma, right? Karma, that's it. usually many relationships are created, let's say, by karma, only for the purpose of two souls reuniting and making amends. And this always happens, not just loving relationships with friends and family relationships. So if you, for example, have a really trouble of, I don't know, loving your parents or your brother, or you have this deep connection to one of your siblings or parents, that is the reason, because there is a background, and we're not here just to live and enjoy. We have to go and step by step, being better to other people, evolving our inside out. And that's how God help us to do everything we signed up to do. So basically, before we incarnated, we had, let's say, a list of things that we should do, that we could do to make this life worth. So we're only here in this, let's say, worse place, right? I'll say Earth, because of course the spiritual plane is way better than here. So we agreed to come here not just to enjoy or to suffer, but those things are because of a greater purpose, which are the list of things that we agreed to do. And the spirits help us to guide us through all those, hard and good things to get there and to check it on our checklist. So after we finish this incarnation, we end up going and being successful into the spiritual plane, because in the Spirit's book, they say that one of the saddest things is when the soul goes back to the spiritual plane and they look at their list and their list is empty. Of course this can happen. We have the free will, but it's just so amazing how our free will is molded by the spirits, and they are helping us all the time. That's why we have to try to hear them. And this happened not just by hearing, actually being a very medium, but intuitions. The intuitions are there for everybody. You hear intuitions all the time, and those are the spirits telling you what to do, what not to do. And usually it's only for this purpose of filling up your blanks in your list. I have a quick story that the other day my friend told me, and at the moment she finished the story, I was like, I have to tell this story because it's exactly what we're talking here today. So it was basically, she was walking back home from a party she was at, and then out of nowhere comes this man, very bad dressed, very poor. She kind of got scared, but she was a little tipsy, let's say, and she started to talk to him. And he said that he really was in need, that he needed special things for his kids. And she was close to her house, but right next to her house was her dad's house. And he was like, oh, I am in need of milk and sugar. So the same moment he said that, she said that she had this thing on her head, and out of nowhere she remembered that the other day her dad told her that he bought a huge box of milk and a lot of sugar, I swear, that he didn't know what to do with. And this was completely random. Like, why would he say that to her? And she was right next to her dad's house. She go ahead, grabs the whole box of milk and a bunch of sugar that she had, and she gave to this homeless man. And I mean, how could it be random that her dad bought wrong a box of milk and a bunch of sugar? If it wasn't for this guy to appear in her life at that moment in front of her dad's house, and the dad's house was open, she didn't have the key, all right, and he wasn't there. So a bunch of things that happened at that split of a second, that it was all connected. It was all supposed to happen. She needed to be in his life. He needed to be there at that moment. Her dad had to buy those things wrong and just by chance told her. And by chance she remembered. And the door was open. I mean, if that's not God, I don't know what it is, right? If that's not the spirits working for this to happen, I don't know what it is. So this is just a beautiful example of how things work. Nothing is by chance. I'm gonna say that 100 times this video maybe, but it's the honest truth. That's what the video is about, right? And that's a true story that my friend by chance told me a week ago. And today I'm making this video and the first thing I remember was this story, and I had to come tell you guys. So I had to get this little baby who was right next to me. All right, so basically I had to tell this story because you guys have to understand that things come into our lives. Sometimes it might be really hard to understand why things happen the way they do. And for example, if you had a past relationship that you don't understand why you have to endure, this is a good explanation of how you're just paying your debt with that person, right? So God is just and good. He will never make you go through things you don't have to. So remember that all the debts that we paid, they're way less than what we actually did in other lives. So just be grateful. Enjoy the experience, even though they're hard to. Okay, I had to leave him. Even though they're hard to understand at that time, how are you gonna get anything from it? But they are the ones that will make you grow, that will make you evolve your soul and do the check on your checklist and bring you to the success that you want in this life, right? The hard things, we always hear that the hard moment is when society grows, when or I don't know, technology, for example, in COVID, how technology changed and improved crazy fast because of how hard times were. Same thing happens to our soul, and we need those hard times to actually stand up and get out of our comfort zone. And God is good and just. He will never make you go through things you don't have to. He's only good to us. He will only do the things that will improve our souls, that will make us happy when we go back to the spiritual plane. And people are there in our lives for a reason. So if you have a relationship, for example, that didn't work out and you've been through so many things, so many hard things, and you don't understand why you, and I'll tell you, well, it had to be you, it had to be this other person, you guys had to meet, those spirits around both of you guys were talking for this to happen, right? So if you love this person unconditionally and now you don't understand why, well, they made this happen so you could have this time with this other soul, for you to pay debts, or for you to learn things, or for you to teach him things, her things. And everybody in our lives, they're all in our lives, mostly from other incarnations, or if they're not, they're here for purpose, or you're there for them for purpose. Okay, so just as God, just as a cause and effect, nothing is random. Okay, neither us in this planet, neither the hard things we go through, neither the happiest things we go through. Everything will go by and everything will be forgotten and forget, but not our lessons, not when we go to the spiritual plane and we know that, okay, I did everything I could. I checked all the things in my checklist, or pretty much everything. And the things we do in our checklist, it's very important to know that are the things we know by fact that we are able to do. So that's why when we get there and we don't do something, it's so sad. It's one of the saddest things that the souls, the spirits tell us in the books, is when you get there and you didn't achieve all the things you said you could, right? Not just the things you said you would, because you could. And that's it, guys. You're there watching this video for a reason. I hope you took something from it. And that's it for this video. I hope you liked this video. Thumbs up, comment below, and I'll see you next time. Bye.